Yo, what's up guys? This is Alex Rome, and today we're going to talk about guitar sounds for EDM. So I got a question from one of my students named Eddie, and the question was, where can I find the guitar sounds like the sound in this song right here by Martin Garrix, High on Life? So if you go to it's like the pre-chorus area, you hear a guitar come in right before all the big super saws and big super synths come in, and so yeah, the question is, where can we find guitars for our EDM tracks, especially those big reverby euphoric guitars that really put us in a place? So what I did was I went looking around for all the available places to find guitars, and I put something together for you guys, and we're going to talk about it in this video. So I went ahead and I remade the melody to this to try to get a guitar sound similar to the one in this song. I can't play the song for you, so you're going to have to go listen to it yourself. But I remade the melody, and it sounds like this. And so before we get into my slideshow, my cute little slideshow I made here, talking about where we can find our guitar sounds for EDM, I'm going to go through and show you how I made this and what exactly I did to get that sound. Before we get into that, though, I want to mention that the Discord that we have where all of us producers hang out and talk and collab and network is down in my description. It's the Hitmaker Group Discord, where you can surround yourself with like-minded producers, and it's really a good time. So go ahead and join that Discord. It's in the description below. It should say Discord and then a link to it. And so make sure you join that Discord. I'm always in there. We're always chatting and having a good time. So yeah, let's get to this. We're going to talk about guitar sounds. So guitar sounds, the best place to get guitar sounds, or the best way to get guitar sounds, is either through sound banks or through effects that make anything sound like guitars. So I actually did it this way. I found a guitar sound that sounds like this. This is just a sound from Nexus 2. It's a preset of a strummed acoustic guitar, and so that wasn't too euphoric of a sound. It was also really dry because I turned the reverb off. It's not like EDM or anything. So what I do, and this is my best suggestion for if you want like unlimited variations of any kind of guitar, which would be running any sound you have through what's called Guitar Rig. And we'll talk more about this. I'm going to zip through it now, but we'll talk more about it in a sec. Guitar Rig takes any sound. In this case, I use just a dry guitar. But it takes any sound you want, even synthesizers, and it turns them into some guitar-sounding thing. In this case, I got really close to the guitar sound in that Martin Garrix song, High on Life. And then I ran another sound through. This sound is going through Guitar Rig too, so just to give you an idea, Guitar Rig isn't a sound generator, it's just an effect plugin. The sound generator in this case is Nexus 2, but you don't need Nexus 2. You could use like any kind of synthesizer or any other sound bank, even free sound banks with some cheap guitar sound, and you run it through Guitar Rig and it'll sound poppin'. But what else you're hearing is another guitar drone. This is just a guitar with a lot of reverb on it, doing this note variation. And before we get to the slideshow, I just want to show you the notes here in case anybody's wondering. I just, from my ears, translated what I heard in High on Life and got this. It might be 90% right or 100% right, who knows. But that was just a quick thing I did. And then we have a sub bass. And then I had a high bass layer. And then I threw a little effect sound right here, just to add some EDM-ness to the background. And we get that effect right there. So let's go ahead into our PowerPoint. Now I'm going to give you every single place and way you can find guitar sounds for EDM. because EDM has a lot to do with locating specific sounds and good high quality sounds. A lot of the times our stock sounds built into Logic and Ableton and FL Studio aren't good enough. So where and how to find guitar sounds for EDM? Bam. Find a good sound bank. It's probably going to be your easiest thing if you don't want to run it through the effects plugin like Guitar Rig, which is my favorite thing to do. But sound banks for any synth like Serum or Sylenth would be a good call. However, the limitations, so the pros would be there's a lot of sound banks for these synths that you can probably find decent guitar sounds in. The cons would be their synthesized guitar sounds, and synthesized sounds that are remaking sounds like guitars, pianos, and strings are never as good as the actual thing themselves. So there's your con. It's just a synthetic guitar sound, which is not going to be as close to the real thing as you might be looking for. So let's go to Reactor 6. Reactor 6 is an extension of, it's like part of the deal you get in Komplete 12, Native Instruments Komplete 12. Or you could just buy Reactor 6 yourself. I put it here just because it's just another sound bank option out there in the marketplace. I have Reactor 6. It's awesome. But the benefit of getting these weird sound banks with unique sounds like this is sometimes there's a couple guitar sounds in there that are really, really unique and awesome. Another option you have is to get Kontakt from Native Instruments. It's a free sampler. So let's go ahead and open up Kontakt. I'll talk about what that is a little bit. It's just a free sampler from Native Instruments. And what's cool about Kontakt is there's a lot of third-party libraries that you could get. So right here, these are all libraries. So like, for instance, I can click this and it'll give me a cool piano library right here. Like a sound library with a bunch of piano sounds. Or I could click on India and it'll give me some Indian inspired sounds, or like strummed acoustic and it'll give me strummed acoustic guitars. And so there's a lot of people who build libraries for Kontakt, and a lot of those libraries actually have really awesome guitar sounds. So if we go over here, I went to contacthub.com and I found all these libraries for Kontakt with really unique guitar sounds that you could try out yourself. And it looks like you earn rewards for each purchase you do on Kontakt Hub. And maybe you can get like free stuff in the future. I don't know. But yeah, that's one way to do it. So look, these are all libraries dedicated to guitar sounds. So if you want to stock up on guitar sounds, you could do it through the help of Kontakt 5, which is a free sampler. So that's an option. This is a sound bank I have called Expand 2. So let's go here. Like, to give you an idea what a sound bank is, it's like Nexus 2 or Omnisphere, I believe, is a sound bank. I'm not 100% sure. That might be a synth as well. But this is a sound bank. It doesn't really have a lot of control over the sounds, but the point of it is that you get like all these thousands of sounds or hundreds of sounds. And then in the guitars section, look, you get like all these guitars. And I actually bought this sound bank for $1. This company who builds Expand 2, they do a lot, Air I think it is, they do a lot of deals. So on Plugin Boutique, I was able to pick this one up for $1, which it's normally $100, but you get a lot of unique sounds. And this sort of stuff, like loading yourself up with unique sounds, could really set you apart from your fellow producers, I guess you could say. But I love going the sound bank route. I recommend everybody have that one sound bank or 2 sound banks or 3 sound banks that are yours, that not a lot of people know about, because it'll really help set you apart, and then you get benefits like these unique guitar sounds. And to give you an idea, I still like to take these guitars and run them through what's it called, Guitar Rig, and get really cool effect that way. Omnisphere, everybody knows Omnisphere by Spectrasonics, I think it is. It's a $500 plugin with just thousands of preset sounds, and there are some unique guitars in Omnisphere. I don't know anything about, or I don't know much about Omnisphere. I know what it is. I never went to purchase it. I don't know why, but I guarantee it's got plenty of good guitar sounds in it because I messed around with it when I was at Guitar Center one time. Nexus 2 is a sound bank. It's a older sound bank, but it's still around and people still use it. I have Nexus, one of the first sound banks I've ever had. Very unique sounds, and I'm pretty sure they have an expansion pack with guitars that you could pay for the expansion pack and just get a load of guitars. And that's one way to load yourself up with guitar sounds. And then the last thing I did was Guitar Rig, which you could put Guitar Rig on any of these options here and get an even more unique guitar sound. So I said here, Guitar Rig can transform any sound to sound like a guitar, like literally. You could transform a vocal to sound like a guitar. It's really, really cool because what it is it's just an effect. So if we go here, that's what it sounds like after Guitar Rig, but this sound actually sounds like this. So I put Guitar Rig on, I put a little bit of delay and EQing and reverb on it, but this is how Guitar Rig works. You just load it up. I don't know anything about these effects and I don't feel like learning them. So what I do is it like gives you all these presets here. Look at this. Almost 700 presets that you could run any sound through. And so what I do is I just start clicking through the list. See, like, it's just like so insane. It's so cool. I could do this for ages. I could do this for hours. See that? Like, that's so awesome. You could get so creative with any of this. This is why I like Guitar Rig so much, because I'm running a guitar through this, but you could run a synth through this and still get a crazy sound, and it does the saturation for you and everything, and you can really, really get unique sounds that you can make very, very musical and use in any genre. You don't even just have to use something like that for EDM, but you could use something like that for hip-hop and pop too and get some really cool effects that way. So I hope you guys were able to take some benefit from this video. If you were, give me a thumbs up. Join the Discord for sure and leave some comments in the comment section. Subscribe here if you're new. I love you guys. Peace out.